Thanks, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan Messer, and I'm a public library circulation supervisor. What that means is I'm the schmuck in charge of the department of getting your items checked out to you, getting them checked back in, and then getting them back on the shelves after you're done. Now, I'm here to blow a misconception out of the water, and that's that librarians must have the quietest job in the world. This is what people think a library is. Truth is much different. Truth is much different. Hasn't been like this in decades. Libraries are now community centers where people of all kinds and ages come to get their educational, entertainment, and social needs met. So things can get a little crazy. So I'm going to take you inside a day in my life up. I'm going to tell you a little story, and that story is about David. This is not David. But he's as cool as David. David was a page. And a page is a person who puts stuff back on the shelves after you're done with it. And he came into my department as a full-time employee. Now, he'd worked the floor, and he'd worked the, the back, but he really hadn't worked the desk. Now, David refers to me as the whitest black man on earth. David is my best friend. David came into my department, and I'm showing him around, showing him a few things. This is how things are done. This is how you do this. Then a staff member, one of mine, comes back and says, Dan, this woman out on the floor, she looks mad. Well, Dave, come on. You're going to have to deal with people with overdue fine complaints. Can't find something on the shelf. May as well see, what this is like. So I go out there thinking, mad, angry. No, mad as in mad. I walk out onto the floor. There's this woman there. To this day, I have no idea what she looks like other than she was shorter than I am. Under one arm, she had a duck. And under another arm, she had a blue heron. Living, breathing wildlife in a public library. Now, back behind the library, there's an avian preserve, water, lakes. These birds are not foreign to us. They are foreign to the interior of the library. So she's standing there. She's got complaints. What's your complaint, ma'am? And why have you got waterfowl in my library? My complaint is that there are sick birds out on the lake, and they're dying. Okay, and what do you want me to do? I mean, I check things in, I check things out. That's pretty much the limits of my expertise. Well, she says, I am a certified avian rehabilitationalist, a job that I did not know existed until that day. And she says, I've got enough drugs to take care of the duck. The duck is sick, but I have drugs for the duck. Okay, great. What about the blue heron? Well, the blue heron's bigger, and I don't quite have enough drugs because it's a bigger bird. Okay, I got this. You're going to go home, or wherever it is you go. You're going to take the duck, and you're going to drug the duck. Great, drug the duck, that's great. What about the blue heron? Well, she says, the blue heron is a federally protected avian species. Yes, as a matter of fact, I knew that, which is probably why you shouldn't be standing in a government building with one under your arm. So negotiations back and forth. What do you want to do with the heron? Well, I want to put it in the preserve's office here. And maybe he can take care of it for once. So you're asking me to protect the heron. You want to protect the heron. Obviously, we're talking very small values of protect. So you want to take this wild bird. You want to stick it in a glass office. Glass walls. Yes. No. Now, here's the deal. We have a guard at our library. The guard's a very nice man. He's an ex-Chicago cop. He has people skills that I do not possess. It's time to go get the guard. I walk back. I say, John, there's a woman out on the floor, and she's wacko. He gives me this look. This is not John. He gives me this look that says, I'm not sure whether or not to draw the gun. He walks out on the floor. Thankfully, he talks her down off the ledge, and she does vacate the library with waterfowl. Now, in this thing, anyone remember David? Remember David and all this? David's standing behind me. He's got eyes like this. And I turn to him and I say, David, I've worked in public libraries at the time for 13 years. And I wish I could say that was the craziest thing I have ever dealt with in a public library. But David, I'm not that big a liar. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the show.